Marcia Chance stabbed to death. Her son now charged with felony murder.
"42-year-old Marcia Chance was described by friends as having a positive and energetic spirit. She was also considered a true inspiration and motivator to others. A little over a month ago, she celebrated a major accomplishment in her life as she was recognized for 10 years of service with her employer, Health Plan One, as a national insurance provider. In fact, Marcia held several titles, to include Business Development Consultant, Merchant Site Inspector, as well as a digital marketing agent for her own company, Virtual Choices Solutions Network. She also had a love for fashion and owned an online boutique. On Thanksgiving Day, shortly before noon, Gwinnett County Police were dispatched to a home on the 1100 block of Misty Valley Court in Lawrenceville on a report of domestic-related assault. The moment police arrived at the home, they located and positively identified the victim as 42-year-old Marcia Chance. Unfortunately, police were unable to save her due to the severity of her wounds. She was pronounced dead on the scene.
42-year-old Marcia Chance was stabbed to death in her Lawrenceville home on Misty Valley Court just before noon today. 11 Alive's Andy Parati is there with more on what we know so far.
This is the home where police found the mother with multiple stab wounds dead. One neighbor tells me he and his family are in shock and cannot believe that it happened on Thanksgiving Day. When Samuel Sokol woke up this morning, he and his wife say they prayed for the health and welfare of their neighbors.
For some reason, we've been praying for our neighbors. For some reason, we just said, let us, once again, pray for our neighborhood, pray for our neighbors.
Our hearts go out to the family members of this situation, and now a juvenile child without his mom or his brother.
Police arrived about noon, and it wasn't the first time law enforcement responded to the home.
There is significant history with the suspect at this residence.
Neighbors say the family lived there for years. Sokol says he didn't know them well, but he still grieves for his neighbor and their loss this Thanksgiving Day.
We feel really bad about it, but it's sad.
Her son, Varian Alexander Hibbert of Lawrenceville, has been charged with felony murder, aggravated assault, and possession of a knife during the commission of a felony, and is currently at the Gwinnett County Detention Center. According to law enforcement, there is a significant history with the teen at this particular residence. Several neighbors described their feelings toward the incident.
He never seemed like the kind of kid that would just attack you. It's still mind-blowing.
Daniel Egbanzi continues to process the shock he feels 24 hours later.
The fact that this kind of thing happens completely out the blue literally will make the neighborhood's time stop, and now everyone's asking questions.
The son is charged with felony murder, aggravated assault, and felony weapons charges.
With one person in jail and one person dead, and now a juvenile child without his mom or his brother.
Police would not give a motive, but did reveal that officers were called out to the home before. Neighbors told us the teen had mental health challenges.
Talking to himself or, singing lyrics of songs, maybe some bad words, but, he didn't ever bother nobody where nobody was scared of him.
Daniel Egbanzi says he'll never see his neighborhood the same.
If you keep things quiet, they can grow and just blow up in your face. I myself feel like maybe I should have just had a conversation with him just to pick his brain a bit. He probably would have been actually a nice kid. You never know.
There were warning signs.
He'd come outside, be talking to himself. We even caught him on, our camera trying to come in our door.
And now a neighborhood is left to mourn on a day when so many others give thanks.
It's really disturbing. I mean, I feel for this mother.
Furthermore, another neighbor told police that Marcia had 3 kids. It was her youngest son who called the police for help after the murder. She had an elder daughter, too, who had left the home prior to the murder. Like the other neighbors, he mentioned the teen's mental health issues and the fact that he never troubled anyone, so no one was afraid of him. Gwinnett jail records show this is the teen's 3rd arrest since early August. He was arrested on August 2nd on criminal damage to property in the 2nd degree and felony willful obstruction of law enforcement officers by use of threats or violence. He was then arrested again on August 15th on false imprisonment, simple battery, simple assault by placing another in fear, criminal damage to property in the 2nd degree, and felony willful obstruction of law enforcement officers by use of threats or violence. He remains at the Gwinnett County Detention Center without bond and was scheduled to have his first court appearance yesterday.
This morning, the judge did read this young man. The charges that he is facing, they include aggravated assault, a felony murder charge, and a felony weapons charge. At one point, the judge did ask this young man if he'd had a chance to speak with an attorney. This young man said no, and the judge made the decision that an attorney would be appointed. We do expect that lawyer will contact this young man within the next 3 days.
The actual cause of the murder has not been discovered at this time, but police are working hard to find a motive. Following her passing, she received an outpour of love on social media. You always provided a smile and voice of clarity. For 5 years, you were my colleague, friend, and go-to person to help navigate the needs of our clients. Rest in peace, Queen. Your impact in the lives of everyone you touched will forever be remembered. This was the essence of your positive spirit. Always peace and good vibes. Always about love and boss moves. You are a true inspiration, my dear friend. The world will never be the same without you in it. I'm completely heartbroken, trying to make sense of it all. You're safe in the arms of our Creator now. Sleep in peace, my dear beautiful friend.